I want to talk about this past person busy investigating you. Yes, it happens a lot, it is very likely a past person investigating you due to intense jealousy. And I want you to get something. Yeah, this is so broad, you'll know a lot about what I'm talking about. And by the way, I welcome you to today's video. Now listen very well. You think that whatever you're doing today ends today. Let me correct you. It does not end today. It continues. You have people you met in the past, and these people will haunt you. It's almost like how the enemy operates. I can just picture or draw it up for you. The enemy Satan, he comes into your life. He makes sure that you mess up your life at this current moment so that he can have something tangible to use against you even in the future. It's like he tries to ruin you now, or if he can't ruin you now, he creates something that he can use tomorrow. When you try something, it's like he plans ahead of time. So there are people that you meet, and most of the time, once we move on as human beings, we tend to forget about where we're coming from. We tend to forget about people from our past. And now I want you to correct such, because many people today have gotten a revelation that they are trapped, not necessarily because things are not going well for you, not because that's how things are, but because there are people in your past who are still busy, and you don't see that knife stabbing you because you have forgotten, you have moved on, but they have not moved on. You see, like, I have different things that I can put to you, so don't you assume that that's all there is. Let me explain one by one, okay? Number one, you can look at an ex, for instance. This is one of the things which even to me was so hidden to an point where, like, I never took it serious until where I realized when this revelation came, I tried to make sense out of it, and I realized that this made perfect sense. So now I spoke about exes, right? Exes, they have a way in which they don't move on. Even if they act like they did or they feel like they did, there is something that always drags them backwards. When things don't go well for them, it is easy to think back of where they're coming from. That is why you will have exes reaching out to you. You will have exes wanting some love back. And another thing is this. I don't know, haven't you ever separated with somebody? In fact, I believe that most of you have. And the moment they move on, the moment you learn that they found somebody new, there's some jealousy that comes. Even though you are aware and you are honest and you know that for sure you don't want them back. But the fact that they are happy with somebody else, it kinda hurts a bit. You just get over it, but somehow, something will you'll feel that something sting like on you. So that's what I'm talking about. Where also we have people, okay? We have people that we live with. We help each other at the time. We do things together. We study together. We become colleagues and all these things. But the funny part is, the moment you move on, the moment you get promoted, you find a better job or whatsoever, or you finish your studies, this thing is positive as well as negative, right? You create friends, future helpers, as well as future jealous people, as well as future maybe enemies, I don't know, but something along those lines. That is why you will realize the moment you make it in life, it is the people, the first or one of majority of the people who won't be happy for you are those that knows you, those you went to the same school with, those you grew up together with. You know what I'm saying? But strangers don't care. Strangers happy for you. Strangers, they're easily inspired. That is why I'm talking about an investigation. People don't move on. And while we're still in the topic, back into the topic of exes, one of the things that crossed my mind and I saw, unfortunately, I've got to be told about people that we know personally so. And then, and I will try to relate as long as I possibly could of stories which are like that, on how much when they want somebody back, when they want you back, when they start becoming desperate, they don't care what they have to do. I'm sure some of the things you are familiar with. Aren't you familiar with cases where someone calls your current partner threatening them and saying things just to discourage them and all these things. Those are the things that people do. They are investigating. They want to know what's going on. They want to know, how can I get it back? It used to be mine. They investigate you. What are my former classmates up to? What is this person up to? Oh, they are making it. Oh, they start comparing themselves. And you know, when you're comparing yourself, a lot of things can cross your mind. Enemy can come in various ways. Yes, some it ends in a manner where they compare and they are depressed. Some they will compare and they will want to act. Some will compare and they will want to know how you do it. And some will compare and approach you and ask, you know what I'm saying? How do you do it? They will ask you, they will approach you. Whereas some, they won't care. Some they will be happy for you, believing that it will also attract or bring them blessings as they rejoice when others make it well. So there are people who are busy in your case, but make no mistake about it. It is not people who do not know you necessarily. It is not people who are just like random, but those that know you. You know, this makes me feel sad, honestly, when I look at exes. Exes have a way of never letting go, and it is easy for people to let go. In fact, when I say let go, I'm trying to describe where you feel like, it is over, we are done, I found somebody new, now I'm happier. That's it. But you forget one thing. They have not let go. They won't have peace up until maybe they find something that is going to be a replacement for you, for your absence. That is why it is very important not to take your exes lightly. And I mean not lightly in terms of necessarily blocking them, ignoring them, but prayer-wise. They are busy. Ask yourself a question. Why is it that likely that exes will want to come back, will want you back? Why is it like, we're not talking about something that happens once in a while now. So that shows what they get up to when they can't find you, when things are hard for them. Because, you know, there is no avoiding this. You mess up something good you had and it's gone, and you no longer find anything better, you will always be reminded that you used to have this. Only if I could get this back. And when you see someone has taken that thing and you can still see that this thing, they seem to be having fun with it, you want it back. You will try. Yes, and of course, sometimes you will obviously let go, but you won't stop. You will consult witch doctors, you will perform witchcraft if you're capable, you will do whatever you are capable of doing. And even those things that you're capable of doing, that's those that you find that once you get desperate, you will tap into that dark side that you never thought you had. Whereas there are people who have limits that, I won't do this, rather I never get it back. But there are those that don't know how evil they are up until they are desperate. That is why the time where you see big money, that's when you realize you can do whatever it takes to get money. Let them give you a good offer. So it's like that. That's why even people, sometimes you find that your friends, they no longer pretend. They can no longer pretend. All because it got to that point where they're desperate. It got to that point where it became too much to ignore. And now they can't pretend anymore. And the bottom line is, in Jesus' mighty name, I pray for you. Any form of investigations that are going on, evil investigations, may the Lord expose, may the Lord reveal, may you see them coming. As well as may the Lord protect you. Let none of those wicked investigations harm you or touch you, in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. And that's all I had. My details on the comment section below. See you next time.